class. She was impressive yesterday for me. Obviously knowing her, but yeah, she's definitely got the bit between her teeth. And I think there'll be a few moves made in.
Well, in fairness, at the moment, the last couple of races we have seen lap records set in the 600s and indeed the mini twins.
Here we go.
So, never know.
Got the red lights on. Looks like Chris Kent has come down the pits, I think, in the MZs, but we'll get confirmation of that one very shortly as the Ninjas are now underway. Certainly is Danny Huskinson that seems to lead the pack there. Around the outside.
Lucas King around the outside of Danny Huskinson there. They've all just about made it through, but that was a big move through turn 1.
Alfie Garrett has got up to second place as well. Max Hardy is punching his way through Danny Huskinson for third. So it looked as though Danny Huskinson was going to get the advantage, but he's down into fourth place as it is Chris Kent who has come down the pits. So the start of the MZ's now underway. Unfortunately, without the 96 of Chris Kent, but underway they are, and on towards Old Hall Corner. It looks like Sandy Wales, but Alexander Mann is trying to go the long way round. He's riding that white line, but it is Andy Wales who takes the running ahead of Alexander Mann, and 102 Caleb Wright slots into third place ahead of Gordon Ryan. So that is the running order for the MZs as the Ninjas now make their way round Shell Oils and on towards Britain's very, very shortly. So we'll try and pick them up there, but it will just be a blur of black lights with the bright pink of Danny Huskinson sticking out somewhere in the middle, I'm sure. So here we go. Bit of a breakaway for their slight gap between 4th and 5th place, but they're coming out of Britain's now over the crest, and Keith, they should be with you now.
Yep, the only one I can really make out is, as you say, the Danny Huskinson machine. That's in 4th place. Couple of kids going for the Doctor's Dangle here as we go side by side into Hissies for the first time. I can see the lanky frame of Max Hardy there in 3rd, over the shoulder. I think that's Lucas King. He's kicking out his leg for some reason. I think, not quite sure what he's trying to gesticulate to the rider behind. Not quite sure which one that was. I'm not familiar with the colours at this distance, I'm afraid. Just watching everybody safely through is my biggest concern as well, but they've all disappeared safely. They've got a yellow flag, did you say, Nick?
It looks like it's Shell Island or Shell, that area of the circuit.
Okay.
So we'll keep an eye as to who doesn't come around at the end of lap number 1. But the leader's already hard onto the brakes now. They're already underneath the Warwick Bridge in towards Lodge. And it looks like it was almost a change in second place there, was it?
All three together there. 4th just a little bit off. Here we go. Over the line. I think that's Max. Is that Max? Yes, we've got Lucas, followed by Max. Yeah, just still Max. And then,
Alfie
that's
around the outside of Max Hardy. Does he get it? He gets it.
Wow, what a move. Up the inside into 2nd as we go down into Cascades here.
Okay.
What a move that was.
Alfie Garrett on the first. It's nearly 3 abreast coming down the hill into Cascades. I think that might be Max out in front, and that's going to give the others a hell of a tow down the back end there, I think.
That's another big move, probably by Alfie there, onto 1st, and let Max through from 3rd.
Okay, well, they disappear off out of my sight very rapidly indeed as the MZs came past. It was Alexander Mann who led his great rival Andy Wales.
Across the line it was Alexander Mann, but Andy Wales just goes up the inside into Old Hall. Alexander Mann retaliates. He's got superior drive and momentum out of Old Hall Corner. Looks like the man with the white crash helmet and the number 1 on the front of that MZ. It will be Alexander Mann who takes the running yet again, Keith.
Yep, he has indeed. They disappear off, and again the important slipstreaming game becomes a big part of what they do. And I can't believe the gap those two have already opened up from the 3rd place man. That's Caleb Wright who's running in 3rd at the moment. One of the Ninjas has gone straight on. I can't quite see the car. I'm watching Max lead the way, but unfortunately for him that was the number 16 machine of Lucas who's gone straight on there, so he's lost a lot of places because he was unable to flick it through as quickly as he would have liked, so that's going to cost him. So keep an eye on him because I think he's going to make up a lot of time as everybody else is safely through. A few scraps down through the field as we watch them safely past. But Lucas King will be ruining that mistake, I think, guys, because he's going to drop a long way down from where he was. I imagine you'll see the sector times, and he's probably lost a good 2 or 3 seconds, I would have thought. Here comes Wales chasing hard after Alexander Mann. Big twitch there from Alexander. And another big twitch. He goes wide onto the curb. The back end of that little MZ steps out. I wonder if it's seized or something. He's still going up the hill, but he's unfortunately Alexander Mann has rolled to a halt just at the top of the hill. He's well out of the way, very, very cleverly perched behind the barrier, so I don't think there'll be any need for a yellow flag to warn anybody else because there's nothing on the track whatsoever. But that was a big twitch. I'm thinking that must be some sort of seizure for Alex, the way that stepped out. But that's going to be a bit of a gift for Andy Wales, who did well to avoid him anyway, went up the inside and disappeared up the hill. So a little bit of a change there in the MZs as Alexander Mann makes himself safe. What happened to Lucas King, guys? How many places did he lose?
Well, to be fair, only one.
Wow.
But I'll tell you who he's putting on a charge. He's Dan Braid on the fastest lap of the race at 2:01. Purple sector's in sector 1. And I did just see him put a big move on Alfie going into the top of Cascade. So, yeah, that's going to be a battle for sure.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out on them as they'll be coming over the top very shortly indeed.
Should be there now, Keith.
Yep, they certainly are right on cue, mate. Well spotted. Down towards me they come then. It is still that tall frame leading the way. Well done, Max Hardy, a senior, leading the juniors. Don't often say that. Danny Huskinson still riding very well indeed. The number 27 of Garrett there right in the mix, and Bray, you're so right, he's doing a really good job. Not a name we've mentioned very often at all, Dan Bray. And it's what's unusual about that is that means there's 3 seniors running in the top 4, and that is not a sentence I think I've ever said before.
Well, you definitely heard the name Bray before, but not Dan. It'll be his son Ruben who joined us last year.
Yes, I recognise Ruben's name. Yeah, obviously Bray not the most uncommon of surnames, so yeah, okay.
There's a move into last corner. 3 abreast into the last corner. The exit of the corner there. Don't know who's going to be taking that.
Well, we'll try and call him as they come under the bridge then. That seems to be Max Hardy out in front, Alfie Garrett, Dan Bray, Danny Huskinson coming under pressure now from Lucas King. Lucas will be later on the brakes and perfectly slots into that 4th place position, but as he goes around Old Hall Corner, it is Max Hardy who leads from Alfie, Dan Bray and Lucas
Bray
King.
again there.
Was that a change there a second, Dan Bray?
No, Alfie stayed at Cade on there.
Another one as well.
Annabelle up the inside there into turn 1.
In this great 5-way fight, isn't she? A little bit further down the order, but that is for 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So that is Leo Soliu, George Cowie, Annabelle McCarthy and Harry Barrell. Mike Brunston's in the mix there as well.
Well, I see Chloe Gleason running 3rd in class at the moment. What's the lap times of the guys and girls doing out there, folks?
Leaders are doing 2-minute zeros. We've got some high 2-minute zeros, low 2-minute zeros.
Okay, we need to be in the 57s for the junior and senior lap records actually, and this is one of those tracks where the juniors actually are slower than the seniors, albeit by a fraction of a second, but Lewis Jones is a little bit quicker last year.
MZ's are past us now. Andy Wales has a 4.2 second lead over Caleb Wright here, and still waiting for 3rd in fact. So John Ashmead, I believe, yet number 32, John Ashmead is currently 4th in the class, 15 seconds or so behind the next MZ in front of him.
Okay, it's another straight on moment there for Lucas, and this time he's gone behind Danny Huskinson, so he's gone from what I think might have been 2nd down to 5th place in that battle, so he's clearly not liking the hard braking down here. He'll sort him out a little bit. He hasn't lost too much time, kept his head, rejoined the track totally safely, so no problems whatsoever. But again, another slight mistake there means that the overall victory is now going to be another uphill battle for him, but the pace is going. Be interesting to see where he ends up, watching everybody else through. Some more battles going on down through the track. That big battle for the midfield definitely came through and looking very strong indeed. The other thing these guys are going to have to consider very shortly, I think, as well, is that they're coming up on some of the slower MZs as well, aren't they? So they could have a role to play in the outcome of this race, couldn't they?
Certainly could be there. I think it may have been Alfie Garrett that went straight there. He's just dropped down to 5th there.
Alfie Garrett, my mistake.
Lucas
not Lucas. I do apologise.
Lucas is up into 2nd position now. He just went up the inside of Dan Bray into Old Hall Corner, and Annabelle McCarthy up to the front of that 5-way group as well. So good ride all round for you guys, Nick.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm really pleased for Annabelle there. It's gone from obviously P13 on the grid up to 8th. I know she had the bit between her teeth. Where is she? P8. So she is 5th junior. So another top 5 potentially. That's kind of what we're aiming for with Annabelle with the odd podium here and there.
Because we forget how inexperienced she is. She only joined us at Donington last year, didn't she, Nick?
Yeah, correct. First time on the bike at Donington, so she rode there, and then she's ridden in Spain for a couple of days, and then obviously Brands Hatch. So it's the 3rd time. So yesterday was, I think, the 2nd or 3rd time she's ever ridden the bike in the rain. And it's a big change for all these guys, all the rookies out there. As I said yesterday, learning big bikes, big tracks, different tyres, different way of riding. It's a lot for them to learn, and when they're 13, 14, 15 years old, it's they're doing amazing. All the riders out there.
You forget how inexperienced some of these guys and girls are. Yep, and Alfie Garrett, well, still at the back of that pack and chasing hard, but at least he manages to stay on the track this time, or the part of the track he should stay on at least. So that's all good. They're safely past the back markers too.
He did actually lose a lot of time in that little mistake. 1.3 seconds, which as a run on at that chicane, you could lose a hell of a lot more.
It's all good. Oh, the 164 machine. Oh, that wasn't a good re-entry. Who's the 164 guys?
George Cowie is in the mix of that.
Okay,
group,
George Cowie did the straight on, but didn't re-enter the track in a particularly safe manner. I wouldn't be surprised if that got relayed back to the stewards, and he might be in for a bit of a knuckle wrapping there. Maybe a look over the shoulder and stay off line would be appreciated.
Here we go, Keith. Lucas King's got the run on Max Hardy. Looks for the inside later on the brakes, and he just slides his way up into the race lead. Does Lucas King on bike number 16? Does he run wide ever so slightly? But Max Hardy's got the momentum. But I think they got out of sight.
Yeah, Max Hardy's taken him there, and Lucas has slotted into second with Dan Bray right on his back wheel.
We're talking 0.8 of a second covering the top four, with a further 0.8 of a second in between Danny Huskinson and Alfie Garrett.
Annabelle's up to the next rider in front of her as well, Harry Barrell, right on his back wheel going through turn one with just a small gap behind her now.
Surprised Alfie Garrett's not right back in the mix there, actually. He seems to have dropped just a couple of bike lengths, but you know, it's all fractions of a second, which makes a different over a race, doesn't it?
Well, he did a personal best on that previous lap.
Oh, did he?
2 minutes 0.7. The trouble is, everybody else in front of him are doing personal best as well.
Right, okay. Yeah, he seemed to have lost maybe a tenth or so, just the odd bike length or two here, but obviously if you lose that toe, it becomes very hard to get back onto the group in front. Max doing a great job of leading the freight train all the way around, and maybe he's hoping somebody will come past him so he can get a bit of a draft. Well, we've got a challenge there for the second place. Danny Huskinson has a bit of a look but can't quite do it. Max continues to lead the way in the overall stakes there. Lucas second. And yeah, again, Alfie just dropping back a little bit. Bit of a lonely race there behind them as well for the number 25 machine.
That's Chloe Gleason.
Yep, Chloe's third in class, so good result for her. But again, she's lost that toe, but she's got a good gap over Harley Baker, who's the next of the riders to come through. Annabelle doing a good job out the front of that next big group.
Split times are coming in now, Keith, for the leading five.
So what's happening with the MZs, mate? I know Andy Wales is leading by a good old chunk over Caleb Wright still.
Yeah, it certainly is Caleb Wright, and he is 26 seconds up the road from John Ashmead. As the leaders in the Ninjas are going to come up to one of the tail enders in the MZs. It's Hardy from King, Danny Huskinson there on the bright pink machine. He's in third. So Hardy is through on the inside. Lucas King up around the outside. I think third and fourth made it through as well. That will be Dan Bray in fourth. Danny Huskinson in third place. But fastest lap of the race, Keith, goes to Danny Huskinson at the moment, 1 minute 59.807, and we do have 3 laps to go.
Danny's dropped to fourth place in that little freight train as well. He's trying to pick up a bit of a toe. Looks like second and third though. They're going to be the ones really arguing the toss. I think there might be a few more back markers to deal with as well. I'll keep an eye out for them. Hopefully everybody's quite spread out. But again, the long Alton Park circuit does mean that if you're catching the back markers, they must be going quite a bit slower than you, which makes for reasonably safe overtaking. Just watching one of the back markers cresting the hill now. That's one of the lonely MZs. And again, the good thing at the moment is that the back markers are on their own. Obviously getting past one is a lot easier than coming up on a group of people having their own personal battle. So there's going to be a slower Ninja coming into play here as well, because the leading group are just hacking their way into Hizzy's in, still being led by Max there. Bray in second place now. I think Alfie Garrett's moved over place because Huskinson has gone to the back of the group now. So let's see if these back markers have anything to do with this. They disappear out of my sight. They'll be back with you very shortly, guys.
First split time's coming in, and you're absolutely right. Alfie Garrett has gone purple in sector number 1. Let's have a look. He's 0.6 of a second quicker than the man in front as well. So Dan Bray is closing that gap. We will be starting the penultimate lap when they come around at the next time around, but they're already through Druids and on the approach in towards the final corner at Lodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as quick as you like. I can see the wheels of Alfie Garrett up there in fourth place. And so it's still Max Hardy who's leading the way from Dan Bray. Dan Bray looking for a pass. No, not close enough. Lucas King will go through as well. They're all through, are they? Danny Huskinson is
Alfie
through.
Garrett ran the outside there, I believe.
Again?
Lucas King, yeah. Lucas just got a little bit marred by that back marker, but that, what a move by Alfie. He's definitely brave through turn 1, that's for sure.
Well, now it's time to hurry up. It's about 0.8 of a second back a few laps ago, wasn't he?
Well,
And,
that's a purple first sector, as you said, and then he done his best second sector, not the fastest of the race, but his best sector as well, 59.3. That's
fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, it's good going. It's cold out there and windy. There is still a few damp patches around the back, so they're knocking on there,
So that's a top 5 across the line. Chloe Gleason having a great ride. It's a lonely ride for her. She's 11 seconds down the road from the fighting 5 at the front, but 14 seconds up the road from Harley Baker, who is 4th of the juniors. So it's looking good at the moment. 2 laps to go for Chloe Gleason before she can lay claim to a 3rd bronze medal of the weekend. Harry Barrell in 8th position overall ahead of Annabelle McCarthy, who is only a 10th of a second behind Harry Barrell as well. So they're having a good fight.
Yeah.
They've put some distance between themselves and George Cowie. So it is now a 2-way fight for that final top 5 position.
Leaders down towards me now. I can see the Doctor's Dangle and Max there. Makes it very distinctive. He's got very long legs indeed, of course. And who's a challenge yet? It's the slower MZ getting well. And that's Garrett, I'm afraid. He's decided to give his bum sliders a bit of a workout there. Alfie is straight up and going, oops. Unfortunately, just lost the front end through there. The youngster is perfectly well because at that age, obviously bounced extremely well. Once again, the marshals down here at Hizzy's Out have got a little bit of a collecting to do, and the van of shame will now be the way home, unfortunately, for Alfie Garrett. So that's one less contender in the podium position. And of course, what is good news for Chloe Gleason is that gives her a silver medal if she stays where she is.
Certainly does. Last lap flag is now going out, and that's created a bit of a divide in between the leading group. So it was a big group of 5. It's now one group of 2 and a second group of 2. Max Hardy and Lucas King are in that the leading group in that particular fight, and Nick can see him to calm down.
Yeah, with Bray and Huskinson behind him, that's 3 seniors. He's obviously the only junior out there. The next junior back is obviously Chloe Gleason. 15, probably about 17 seconds back, so he can just relax, don't need to fight anything, just bring it home now.
That's what it's about, isn't it? But
Absolutely.
Do you reckon he'll do that, or do you reckon he'll try and take the fight to Max Hardy?
If he's listened and he does as he's told and he doesn't want to smack bum, then he will just bring it home.
Sorry, it's Knickerbrook here, isn't it, the second part? The Hizzy's Out is the second bit of the chicane. I do apologise.
His is the right and the left, and then Knickerbrook the final right.
It's all good. Okay, either way, that's where Alfie Garrett's parked now, much to his annoyance, but there we go. Alfie looks absolutely fine, and no great damage. In relative terms, it was a nothing crash. He just slid gently into the scenery, and here come the leaders then. Back pass, you can give him a quick wave. I doubt he will, probably more of a shaking fist, but Lucas still chasing hard after Max Hardy. You're right, there is a bit of division between them there. Bray and Huskinson having their own little scrap there for the minor overall placings. So obviously they're both still on the podium if they finish there.
So the front 2 there said just bring it home, there's nothing to fight for. They've both just said they're fastest first. Unbelievable.
You know it. You can't tell races anything, can you? You of all people know that, Nick, that's for sure.
Watching them as they go in towards Lodge then, and it's Max Hardy who leads Lucas King, not quite close enough to make a challenge, but of course he is still the leader of the juniors. So out of Lodge now, and coming out of Deers Leap, and Lucas King tucking tight into the slipstream, but it is going to be Max Hardy who takes the win.
Perfect.
Ahead of Lucas King. So senior win for Max Hardy and overall with Lucas King. It's another win for you guys, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely over the moon for Lucas. He's do you know what? I'm actually really happy for Dan Bray as well, because he had that issue on the warm-up lap, had to stop the bike at turn 1, and he's just brought it home in P2. So with the fastest second sector of the race as well, I believe. So obviously whatever the issue was wasn't an issue in the race.
No, absolutely. That's definitely a very good result for him. He's got every reason to be extremely pleased with that. So,
go on.
Here we go.
No. The top 3, sorry, the next 3 juniors over the line were all side by side over the line. And I believe, so Chloe Gleason is in 2nd, Annabelle McCarthy in 3rd, Baker in 4th, and Harry Barrell in 5th. So
and more celebrations.
more
You
celebrations.
get
She'll be
champagne at this rate, Nick.
She'll. I was, but no, I'm made up. I'm made up for all the races. Chloe, the two girls in the class, Chloe Gleason and
Annabelle McCarthy, both on the podium. That's absolutely
both on the
brilliant.
podium. That's fantastic. I'm not sure whether or not Ben's have ever had two females in the Ninja podium
I was
before.
just thinking.
I don't think they have.
I don't know if we have either, to be honest. I'm sure somebody might be able to correct us, but
That's good. It's good. Do you know, it's really good to see.
We have had a
females coming
female
through as well.
champion in the past,
Yeah.
but it would be great to see another one as well. And because it's what I love about motorcycle racing is it is one of those sports where boys and girls can compete totally equally at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
There's no